Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my channel if you are brand new. My name is Danielle and I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. In today's video, I want to do a part 2 to a video I did a while ago. It hasn't been a super long time, but it's been a little bit. And that was brands I no longer pick up to resell. And I did 15 in that first video. I'm actually going to do 10 and this is part 2. And then if you guys want to see a part 3, go ahead and let me know down below. I do want to start this video just by prefacing that just because these brands are on my do not pick up list doesn't mean they should be on your do not pick up list. Everyone's reselling business is different, and what works for me doesn't always work for you, and vice versa. And that is what I always tell you guys. So do what is best for you. If something in this video helps you, that is great. But if you do not agree, that is fine as well. Let me know all your thoughts on these brands down below. I love to hear how everyone else is doing and what is selling for them. So wasting no time and jumping right in, number 1 is ASOS. Now, I've tried to sell ASOS multiple times in the past, and it just is not a brand that moves for me. I have quite a bit of it in my closet right now, and it's just not a mover for me. I don't know why. I've tried to sell shoes and tops and jeans and everything. It's just not a great mover. Yes, I have sold it in the past, but it doesn't sell very fast. It doesn't sell for a lot, and it would just be best if I left it alone for now. There are exceptions for when I get it in like a wholesale box or something, but I will not be getting this brand in my flip lots. I will not be picking it up from the thrift store. I will be avoiding ASOS at all costs. Number 2 is actually really hard for me to add to this list because I used to love selling this brand and they have such cute pieces, but it just doesn't sell. And that is Lou and Grey. Now, this brand is like a sub-brand of Loft, which I do still pick up occasionally, but Lou and Grey is a brand that I have not picked up in a long time and I will not pick up. I have picked it up in the past and I've sold it before, but all in all, it takes a really long time to sell and it doesn't sell for a lot because the retail is just not super high. It's a mall brand. I actually have a couple pieces in my closet that I've had for quite a while, and they just aren't moving. So I think it's best if me and Lou and Grey just break up for now. Number 3 on this list is White House Black Market. And there are a couple exceptions to this brand, and that is some jeans and some dresses. Everything else I do not pick up. And I would say shoes are probably another exception, but they have to be very cheap. They have to be a new style. They have to have the brand new White House Black Market tag. And obviously I have to have good comps. White House Black Market is a brand that if I find a nice dress or a pair of jeans or shoes, I will look it up, but I base it solely on comps. If it's cute but the comps suck, we're not getting it. It is strictly based off comps. There are some brands that I will still pick up stuff because it's cute and it still works out for me, but White House Black Market is just not that kind of brand. Their stuff is pretty saturated on Poshmark, and their jeans actually sell pretty well for me still, but I have to get them for like $3 or less. And their dresses are hit and miss. Some of them do well, some of them don't. So overall, I will not be picking up White House Black Market anymore, except for some jeans and dresses here and there that are a newer style. Number 4 on my list is a brand that I've actually come to hate, and that is Tahari. I used to try to sell this brand so many times, and it's just not, it does not sell. I don't know why my heart desired to sell this brand so badly, but I picked it up multiple times, multiple things, and it was never a good mover for me. And I remember specifically this jacket. It was an Tahari jacket, and I was very early into reselling, and it had such a high retail. It was new with the tag, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best find I've ever had in my life. And it did not sell for years, literally years. And I hate this brand. Ever since that jacket, I've hated the brand. Obviously, I know Tahari and Tahari are different but the same, but none of it. I don't pick up any of it. I have no desire to pick up any of it. It does not sell. I don't know. It's just not a good brand. Actually, I haven't picked up Tahari in a very, very long time, but I decided to add it to this list just because I did pick it up in the past, quite a long time ago, and I no longer pick it up anymore, and I will continue to no longer pick it up. Okay, the next few are a little controversial. Number 5 is Lucky Brand. Now, there is an exception to Lucky Brand as well, and that is jeans. Preferably in the bigger sizes. I find that those actually sell a lot better for me. But jeans in general from Lucky Brand, if they're a newer style or a really great style or pretty cheap, I will still pick them up, but everything else is a no-go. Their shoes are on the cusp. I have a really hard time moving a lot of Lucky Brand shoes, but then one or two come around that actually move very well. So shoes I will look up all the time, but if comps suck, I will not be picking them up. And then jeans, Of course, if they are marked up, I will not be getting them. But if they're like, we'll say like 4 or 5 or less, I'll probably pick them up still. But overall, Lucky Brand is just not a great mover for me anymore. It used to sell really, really great for me, but it just doesn't have the same effect as it used to. So I will no longer be picking up Lucky Brand. I will be leaving it behind. Number 6 is actually Leith, which I believe is sold at Nordstrom or Nordstrom Rack. I have tried to sell this brand so many times in the past, and it just never works out for me. I've tried jeans, I've tried sweaters, I've tried tops. It's just not. Oh, I've also tried dresses. It's just not a mover for me. Yes, I have sold a dress in the past, maybe a pair of jeans in the past, but they sat forever. They didn't sell for a lot. They didn't have a good profit. It's just not worth my time. I actually haven't picked up a Leith piece in a while, just like Tahari, but I still wanted to add it in here just because I used to pick it up quite often, and now I literally don't pick it up at all. Number 7 is one that kind of hurts my heart a little bit to have on this list, and that is Soft Surroundings. Now, Soft Surroundings does have a very big exception because I do still look up every single Soft Surroundings piece that I come across, just because there are some pieces that sell very, very well, but 9 times out of 10, it is not a good piece. It's either oversaturated, it has terrible comps, it does not move quick at all, but every once in a while, you'll get those pieces that move very quickly, move for such a good amount. It's such a cute piece. I've definitely had those pieces in the past, but if I look at all the Soft Surroundings I've picked up in a whole, there are more bad pieces and bad movers than there are good movers. So my rule of thumb with Soft Surroundings is going to be to look up everything, and if it has really great comps and it looks like it's doing really well, to pick it up. But for most of the time, it's going to be doing very bad and not have very good comps, and I'm going to leave it there. Last time I was at the thrift store, I actually found quite a few pieces of Soft Surroundings, and the comps weren't very good, so I left them all there. And I used to love selling Soft Surroundings. It was one of my favorite brands ever. And now it just doesn't sell as good as it used to, so I'm going to be leaving at the thrift store for the most part. Yes, I will still pick up a piece here and there if it has really good comps, but for the most part, it's going to be left at the thrift store. Number 8 is the brand Cut from the Kloth. Now, this is another brand that I used to love to sell, and there is one exception to this brand, and that is the Catherine Boyfriend jeans. The Catherine Boyfriend jeans have always been my best seller, my best mover, and my favorite style to pick up, but I'm now putting into place that I need to just pick those up because I've picked up some other ones that just haven't really moved at all, and there are some Catherine Boyfriend jeans that don't move at all as well. I find that the bigger sizes are definitely the way to go, but I'm not going to be picking up Cut from the Kloth anymore. I think it's a waste of my time, and I don't think it's really a great mover. I don't think it sells for a lot. I'm going to stick with the Catherine Boyfriend jeans in larger sizes, and I'm going to call it at that. Number 9 is a brand that infuriates me so much, and that is Ivanka Trump. I tried to sell this brand so many times. It is unreal. When I not first started out, but I was pretty early on into reselling, I heard people talking about Ivanka Trump and how this brand does so well and everything sells so fast, and I decided to try out a few pieces, and I kept buying it even when I had stuff in my closet, and I got to the point where I was like, okay, nothing is selling. I had this one pair that I remember of heels. They were like nude heels, and I remember them so vividly in my head, and I had them for so long. I think they actually just recently sold like months ago, but I had them for so long, and every time I would look at them, I would just get irritated. And so now when I find it at the thrift store, all I think of is like, wow, I used to pick up that brand all the time and it did so bad, and then I don't even touch it because I just have such a bad experience with it. And in the past, I picked up so many items and they never sold that I just can't be bothered with Ivanka Trump anymore. And the last brand that I no longer pick up to resell is going to be the most controversial one in the video. You guys know I like to save that one for the very end, and it is Nike. Now, I am strictly referring to clothes. Shoes I will always pick up. Nike shoes are actually one of my favorite shoes to sell, but we're strictly talking about clothes. Nike clothes, men's, women's, kids, I don't care what it is, but I am not picking it up. I'm not selling it. I have tried and tried and tried, and I have so many items in my closet right now, mostly from my like regular consignment client, but I can't move it. I don't know why Nike clothes hate me so much, but I have the hardest time moving stuff. And when I finally do move this stuff, after it took forever, it just doesn't sell for very much, and Nike does have a pretty high retail on some of their stuff, so it makes no sense that I am selling it for $20. So, all in all, Nike clothes will no longer be coming home with me, will no longer be coming to me from flip-flops, like, it is no more. Shoes, 100%. Nike shoes will always be my thing. Those are, like, one of my favorite brands of shoes to sell, but clothes, it's just not it. So I'm gonna leave them, and as hard as it is for me to never pick up Nike clothes again, I just think it's for the best. I think there will occasionally be a pair of women's workout leggings that will make their way to me, but anything else is just going to be a no-go. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know all of your thoughts on all of these brands down below. Let me know if some of these brands do really well for you. Let me know if you also don't pick up some of these brands. I would love to hear you guys' insight. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this part 2 of brands I no longer purchase to resell. If you guys do want to see a part 3, definitely let me know down below, because I think these videos are extremely helpful and I actually think you guys really like them. But if you guys enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit that bell notification to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next week.